According to Māori legend, Taranaki Maunga wasn't always here. He travelled across the land after an ancient battle of mountains and found his place by the sea. And now he stands tall, jutting out against the wind, a lone sentinel rising from the flat plains and commanding the coastal horizon. When Captain Cook first laid eyes on this mountain in January of 1770, during his voyage around New Zealand, he noted its prodigious height, a striking landmark on the horizon. And within this solitary giant lies a world like no other. The slopes cradle an ecosystem so unique that some of the plants found here exist nowhere else on Earth. The special forest is known as the Goblin Forest, named for the twisted, moss-covered shapes of its trees that give it an almost magical feel. Local Māori spoke of the patupaiarehe, mysterious fairy-like beings believed to inhabit these misty forests, often lingering in fog and low cloud. Stories that added both meaning and caution to the mountain's upper reaches. Before maps, and before names were written in journals, the mountain spoke here first, through water and shadow and kind of quiet that feels older than the world outside the tree line. Goblin Forest isn't a nickname that someone invented to impress. It's what you say when you run out of ordinary words. The trees twist like they grew in a dream. Trunks loop and braid, and branches wear thick coats of moss, so heavy that they sag like wet hair. Ferns cling to bark like stained glass pressed to wood. And in the mist, the whole place feels occupied. You don't have to believe in the patupaiarehe, but the meaning lands. This place is a place where the weather can erase the path, where shapes become figures and your imagination gets ahead of itself. Taranaki Maunga isn't reliant on external weather systems. He commands his own. Moist air rolls in from the Tasman Sea, hits the volcanic cone and rises and cools and collapses into rain. Some places receiving an annual average of 8 meters a year. Up here, the moisture isn't just weather, it's habitat. It sits in the canopy and beads on every leaf, and then drips all day long, even when the sky looks clear. Because everything is always damp, bark and branches and soil, even the air, the forest stops behaving like timber and starts behaving like a sponge, layered and springy, saturated. Water clings to lichen and creeps through epiphytes, pools in pockets of rot and sinks into dark, peaty ground. It never really dries. A world turned to cloud, where life doesn't chase sunlight as much as it learns to drink the fog. The reason everything feels amplified here is because you're standing on a machine that built itself. Taranaki is a stratovolcano, built by lava and ash, shattered stone and time. From far away it looks simple, but up close it's a record of repeated beginnings. Volcanoes don't only erupt, they also collapse. They shed their own slopes and they spread debris across the plains. And those plains, so green and so productive, are part of the same story. Volcanic ash breaks down into rich soils. The mountain feeds the land, even when it's dormant. Taranaki Maunga is still actively affecting its surroundings. Dormant doesn't mean finished, it just means waiting.
Goblin Forest is also part of this volcanic story. Around 400 years ago, eruptions wiped out large patches of the Aotearoa Forest, leaving dead stands and a broken canopy behind. And in this broken environment, the kamahi tree surged in, hardy, vast, and perfectly built for a cold, wet belt where the old giants couldn't easily return. The kamahi tree often didn't start on the forest floor. Many seeds began life perched on the stumps and logs of the trees killed by those ash shower eruptions. They then grew down and around the dead timber, twisting and fusing as they went. That's why the trunks look braided and contorted. The new forest is literally wrapping itself around the skeleton of the old one. For some people, Taranaki isn't just a dramatic shape. He's an ancestor, a part of identity and part of family, part of how the world makes sense. That's why the mountain carries a different kind of gravity. In many cultures, certain places are treated as sacred, not because they're fragile, but because they're powerful. Here, that respect shaped how people moved through the upper slopes and how they spoke about the mist. Then in 1770, Captain James Cook saw the cone from offshore, an unmistakable landmark rising above the coast. He recorded it, charted it, and named it in his own language. From that moment, the mountain became two things at once: an ancestral presence in one worldview and a documented landmark in another, measured, described, and redescribed. And that second story gathered momentum. Explorers, surveyors, settlers, people who turned wonder into routes and routes into destinations. For many Europeans of that era, and really for modern mountaineering in general, the summit is a conclusion, a finish line, and a statement. If the mountain is spoken as an ancestor, then its highest point carries the weight of that relationship. You don't arrive to claim it. If you arrive at all, you arrive with restraint. It doesn't have to be an argument. It can simply be two ways that humans respond to something immense. One tries to stand on it to understand it. The other tries to understand it without standing over it. I don't know exactly what I believe about these viewpoints, but what I do know is that my least favorite nature experiences are the ones that have a finish line. The summit, or the end of the loop, or the point where you're meant to feel like it's complete. When my mind locks onto an endpoint, I start missing what's actually happening around me. But when you enter a place with no fixed outcome, everything changes. You don't know where the moment will peak. Maybe you drift off track or stop because something feels worth stopping for. My favorite thing to do is lie at the base of trees, because my favorite perspective is looking up, not looking ahead. I think what's evident is that mountains like this hold meaning because they mean different things to different people. Taranaki Maunga lives in the hearts of those who call this place home, and it changes the ones who arrive as visitors, even if they don't know why. For me, it's a reference point. When the sky clears, I already know where I want to stand. I know my favorite viewpoints. I know the quiet feeling it brings, that contrast of peace and humility, like the landscape is asking you to slow down and look properly. I can't claim I literally believe every old story is fact. Ancestry in the strictest sense, or patupaiarehe waiting in the mist, or a mountain that's alive, the way a person is alive. But I can say this, living beside it, you start to feel something that refuses to fit neatly into words. And maybe that's exactly why the legends endure. Because even now, after centuries of naming and measuring, Taranaki Maunga still behaves like a living thing, pulling weather towards itself, carving water down its flanks and growing a drenched green kingdom on its shoulders. I might not believe it's a being, but I do believe this. When you have a relationship with a place like this, it becomes more than land and becomes a small part of you. Hey, sorry, me here. I was just gonna remind you that until the end of the year, I'm donating all of my YouTube earnings to Kids Can charity. So yeah, please comment and share and like the video. It's gonna help.